Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Uncut Gems with Slim. I am your host, Slim Reshae. If you are new here, welcome. I hope someone has sent you this podcast or you stumbled upon it. And whatever episode you listen to, I hope you get something out of it. And this week we are talking about self-doubt and eliminating self-doubt. For example, have you guys ever had an experience where you really wanted to do a certain thing and you talked yourself out of it, or you were excited about something and then you kind of dulled it down so you wouldn't be disappointed about it, and different things like that, that you kind of talk yourself out of something that you wanted to do, or something, or an idea that you thought, if you thought oh, I'm a great photographer, and then once you start doing your photography, you start to talk yourself down and be maybe I'm not that good, and da-da-da-da-da. Yes, you can be real with yourself about your skill and all those things, but I'm just talking about when you kind of talk yourself out of doing different things and being the great person that you are when you actually are good at what you do. I feel like when we talk ourselves out of these things, it's almost like we're allowing self-doubt to enter the chat, and self-doubt, we're trying to X out self-doubt, okay? That's why this week's gem is to remind you that you are good at what you do. Leave self-doubt at the door. Leave Miss Ma'ams at the door, okay? Because I say it all the time, if you've been following me or listening to the podcast for a while, you guys know whenever I start to doubt myself and my creativity and my work and my work ethic, I go back and I have to kind of remind myself of who I am. Remind myself that I've created dope content. I am a great content creator. I am a great photographer. I do great self-portraits, all those things. Sometimes you need that reminder when self-doubt tries to creep in and tell you oh, you're not improving, you're not doing great, da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes you gotta check yourself and kind of bring it back, you know what I'm saying? And be you know what? Let me remind myself, show me what I've done, show me the progress that I've made. And so usually when you go back and you look at the different accomplishments that you've done in the past, or your past work or your past products, or it's if Apple goes back and look at their prototype compared to the iPhone 12, that is progress. Even though maybe they feel oh, everyone has an iPhone now, so they're maybe not progressing as much as they were when people were first getting their iPhones. But you have to look at, you can't block out all the progress that you've made up until this point. Just because you didn't progress in whatever your to-do list was for this week doesn't mean you're not progressing over time. So you just have to kind of take little steps day by day. And so with that being said, with us trying to leave self-doubt at the door and X out self-doubt, I want to remind us this week, and this is the gem, to remember that you are that girl. You are that guy. You are that person. You are great. You create greatness. We are hot stuff, okay? And we need to remember that. And we ourselves have to stop sleeping on ourselves, because sometimes, like I said, we'll kind of Debbie down ourselves when we allow self-doubt to come in, when we feel like we're not doing the best that we could be doing. We gonna check that at the door. We gonna leave that with our coat check at the door, okay? We're not bringing self-doubt into the room, into the rooms that your name are in, that you don't even know your name is in. Come on now. We're leveling up, and there's no room for self-doubt as we keep going up the totem pole, okay? And so if you feel you kind of resonate with this message about maybe you feel you've been doubting yourself and kind of letting self-doubt talk you out of the things that you want to do, if that is you, this is your reminder to keep going. You are great, and you will continue to produce greatness. So make sure you guys don't forget that. Make sure in everything you do this week, you're walking in confidence, you're making moves, knowing that you are great and knowing that you do a good job at what you do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to our email list on slimreshae.com so you can be in the know about all things new because I'm working on some stuff and I'm super excited about it. So I want to make sure you guys have the heads up. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching here on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you're subscribed. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I think I'll be doing a giveaway. So make sure you stay tuned, share this with all your friends, and encourage them to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as on podcasts. And y'all, don't forget, we do have an Instagram page, so follow us at Uncut Gems with Slim. I love you guys so very much. Thank y'all for tuning in. Super excited. Next week, we got some more gems we're gonna drop, so make sure you stay tuned, and until next week. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast, and feel free to connect with me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Slim Reshae. That's SLIMRESHAE. Links will be listed in the show notes, and until next time, love yourself and be beautiful. When you need to find your purpose, come this way. Uncut Gems.